Hi guys, good afternoon. How are you doing? Piotr here. This is a CryptoMarketFlow update. Just a reminder, CryptoMarketFlow is a part of Land of Trading Group. What are we going to talk about today? We are going to discuss Ethereum versus US dollar, where we are from the higher time frame perspective, especially as the end of the month is approaching. But before we start, as usual, guys, risk warning, so please bear with me. Guys, please remember, trading crypto on margin carries a high level of risk, may not be suitable for investors. You can sustain a loss of some or all initial investments, so please do not invest the money that you cannot afford to lose. Seek education, gain experience before risking real money. However, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Okay, so let's have a look what we have from the monthly perspective, especially that end of the month is approaching. And the good thing is that we are still above 200 and even more, right? That's the consolidation here ahead of the break to the upside we've seen here, right? So that's the very good thing, especially we are talking about the close of the July in 2017, as well as the open and rise to the upside in August 2017, right? So that's quite important thing where we are from the monthly chart perspective. But also what is important, where we failed in June. Okay, and in June we failed on the range being created in November 2017, as well as the level from where we bounce when the first wave of the downside took place. So in that case, I'm going to move possible supply line a little bit higher here. Okay, so in that case, to the downside we are holding 200, and hopefully we are about to hold towards the end of the month. Of course, doesn't look good from the swing high perspective, as you can see here, but anyway, as of now it might be treated as a rally correction base and hopefully continuation. That's how I see from the monthly chart perspective. Of course, in that case, moving above most recent high, the best move above 390, 400 would be is going to be the key here on the monthly chart. Let's switch lower. Let's switch to the weekly chart. It's a few things are gonna be much more visible. So the red line, I'm going to make the separate video because different colors in my case represent different time frame, right? So I'm about to update this type of the video for you to be on the safe side. So here on the weekly, the monthly 200, 185 been tested lately, right, is corresponding with what we have on the weekly. Guys, usually you hear CNBC, Bloomberg, yeah, I'm buying this deep, then I'm selling this rally. And overall, those guys, of course, they never tell us exactly what for them is buying deep and what for them selling rally. So stay with me here for a second, because in that case, we are going to look for the latest weakness we've seen on the Ethereum. And the latest weakness is this consolidation and move to the downside, right? So what happened here over the course of last 2 weeks was retest of the latest weakness, right? So we are holding above, and that's the positive. But usually where there are positives, there are some negatives as well. And in that case, we have one negative thing. What I'm talking about from the weekly perspective. So once we broke here to the upside through the latest weakness, right? Once we move to the upside, I'm talking about the mid-May 2019, right? This strong move to the upside. Okay, so then we created some kind of the consolidation, and we saw another rally. So in that case, we created Riley, base, Riley, where the base should work as a possible demand on over the course of the move to the downside. And to be honest with you, during the week from the very beginning of July, right, the lower shadow over here, right, corresponds with this demand. So we saw candle to the upside. Unfortunately, 1 week later, we broke to the downside. So the positive, we are above the latest weakness. Negative, that right now, to try to neutralize the bearish move, we have to at least move above 230, 240, right? Then we are going to have a chance to retest 280. So right now, we are inside the very tiny range, 185, 200 to the downside, and 230, 240 to the upside on Ethereum from the weekly chart perspective. So let's switch to the daily chart here. Let's switch to the daily chart, and what we have here, okay, what we have here, still on a day, based on the daily chart only, we still unfortunately have some space to the downside, right? Piotr, why downside? Why downside? We want to see upside. We probably are going to see the upside, but first more pain. That's the weakness, right? That's the breakout, right? From daily, we might see some spike, and that's what I would like to see as a bull. I would like to see attempt to break lower through 95 through 90 with quick rejection and prices moving higher. So, as a bull, I'm waiting for a stop count below 95.90, and if we are going to get back quickly above this breakdown area, I'm going to jump in and join the party to the upside. If you are a bear, in that case, you've got two important levels. The first one is something around earlier mentioned 230, 240, right? 230, 240. That might be your first area to try to short it if you are a bear. Your first target is gonna be around 200. Your second target is gonna be around 190, 185. But also, you've got another zone a little bit higher. So once bulls are going to be able to break and close above 230, 240, 230, 240, we might see the rally, as I mentioned, towards 280, 290, 280, 290. And that's the breakout level over here. So from here, you might want to try to short it with the first target around 240, 230, and the second target, the bottom again. In that case, we might create some kind of the range. So, something for bulls, something for bears. Don't be trapped, guys. Be careful. Wish you pleasant rest of the day. And I'm going to get back tomorrow as well. Have a good one.